Great. So, hi everyone. Just to introduce myself, I'm Amanda and I'm your Vice President Community at the Edinburgh University Students Association. I work to represent you and all students on your relationship as a student to the wider city of Edinburgh. This is through focusing on housing, transport, citizenship, and sustainability and social responsibility. I'm always up for a chat, so definitely please feel free to reach out to me whenever throughout the year. And now I'll pass along to Valerie.
Hi there, I'm Valerie and I'm the volunteering coordinator for the Students Association. I'm here to support you on your volunteering journey, from helping to find an opportunity that's right for you, helping to support setting up your own projects, providing funding and awards and recognition for volunteers. Thanks, Amanda.
No worries. Thanks, Valerie. Perfect. So may as well just get started. So yeah, one of the first things is getting involved in your local community starts at home. One of the best parts of my personal student experience has been living in Edinburgh. I love the city and it has so many incredible things to offer outside of just your studies and university life. However, you also may be starting your degree online, but do not fret. You can also make the most of what Edinburgh has to offer and connect with local organizations, groups, and spaces virtually, or even I myself am still a tourist despite living here for 4 years, and I love watching YouTube videos of people just exploring Edinburgh and seeing what the city really has to offer. But overall, Edinburgh is a really, really incredible student city, and you will always have students around. But also, while living in Edinburgh, and especially in private accommodation, you'll be surrounded by local residents and local communities. And it's important to just be respectful and also make the most of your time as a resident in Edinburgh. So yeah, one of the easiest things is just to become a part of your neighborhood. And part of this is just introducing yourself to your neighbors, getting to know them, making sure they're kind of aware that you have just moved in, or if you are hosting any sort of things late at night, always just give them a knock and let them know so you can just establish that good relationship and kind of open dialogue. Another great thing you can do as well is get to know your bins and recycling. There's a bunch of different bins and recycling around the city for just regular garbage recycling, paper recycling, glass, and just kind of getting familiar with your local area always makes things really easy and easier to become part of your neighborhood. Another thing as well is if you do end up having a noisy or antisocial neighbor, you can always speak to your council. Um, a great first step is always kind of using that open dialogue and just letting them know. But if it continues to be a problem, there's always resources, and the Edinburgh Council can definitely help in that case scenario. Perfect. And then another thing is just making the most out of Edinburgh as a city while you're here. Um, One of the best things is that you can just stay local and explore, as the city has so much to offer, so many green spaces, so many local shops. There's always a new thing to do. Yeah, you can shop local. There might be soon, hopefully, a local business directory from us at the Students Association to help you with that. But there are so many great shops around the city to definitely check out. Another great thing to get involved is to get political by voting. Voting is so important, and a lot of students don't realize that they can register to vote at both their term time and home addresses. So when registering, it is important to also, yeah, just make sure you register at your term time address. Um, and also, a lot of foreign citizens as well don't realize that they're eligible to register to vote. Previously, Commonwealth and EU citizens were eligible to register to vote in the Scottish parliamentary elections, and we actually have a Scottish parliamentary elections coming up in May this year, which the franchise has also expanded, so all local residents can vote. So definitely have your say and kind of shape your local community that way. Another great way as well is to join a community council, which you can find kind of your local area in Edinburgh, and there always are community councils running, and it's always great to get some student perspectives in those as well, so you can shape what the community you live in looks like. Perfect. And finally, just a few kind of hidden community gems. These are places that I love around the city that always have some great things going on. So we have some great community spaces such as Summer Hall, Lighthouse Bookstore, Forest Cafe, and Out of the Blue. These are all actually quite close to campus, and they're just always have events going on, books, galleries, just spaces to kind of hang out, and are really great community centers. Edinburgh also has some great markets with local vendors in the Stockbridge, Grassmarket, the Pit, which is out in Leith, and there's also a weekend Leith Market, which just has some great food, some like soaps, all these things. They're really, really nice to do on the weekend and just kind of get out and explore that way. There's also a new Good Neighborhood Market in Stockbridge as well that has opened up this summer, which is a great way to kind of hang out in socially distanced forms and just eat and drink and have a really good time. So that's everything from me. So now I'm going to pass on to Valerie to talk a bit more about volunteering.
Thank you, Amanda. So another way you can make the most out of Edinburgh is through volunteering. It's a fantastic way to experience Edinburgh and go beyond the university campus. Volunteering is the ultimate exercise in democracy. You vote in the elections once a year, but when you volunteer, you vote every day about the kind of community you want to live in. So what do you get from volunteering? There are many tools and skills that are transferable to other areas of your life that you don't get in an academic setting. Employers want to see what makes you different, and volunteering is a way that can make you stand out from the crowd. For career benefits, you can gain and develop new and existing skills, knowledge, and experience. Also, new contacts, which can lead to opening more doors for you. It can be a route to employment, or even trying something new may lead to a career change, which has happened for quite a lot of students. Overall, it's experience to add to your CV, help you in interviews, and why not just use your personal knowledge to benefit others? With the well-being benefits, you'll feel valued and part of a team, a sense of belonging, a connection to others, spending quality time away from work and a busy lifestyle as a PhD student, gained confidence and self-esteem, and a sense of satisfaction through helping others can lead to an increased sense of happiness. The social benefits that you'll gain from it are meeting new people and making new friends, a chance to socialise, get to know the local community, and in turn, the community will benefit from your time because you'll make a difference to the lives of others and those less fortunate or without a voice. You could help the environment and solve problems faced by the community. There are also lots of awards and recognitions for volunteers, which I'll come on to a little bit later on. So how can you make a direct impact on your community? There are a variety of ways that I'll cover here. There are lots of local organisations and community groups that would benefit from your time, and a quick search on our volunteering hub will help you find local opportunities. I've listed here examples of the types of activity you might get involved in. Another option would be to contact organisations you're interested in helping. And this is particularly good as a PhD student because you might want to make use of an existing volunteering role or co-create a new role with an organisation of interest that can support you with your studies. For example, we have students helping to teach local school children languages. And through this, we've seen many PhD students use this experience to help with their dissertation education in languages. So how can you be creative with your research and the local community? Another way to make an impact on the community is by joining a student-led society or project. We have around 21 volunteering societies, and I've listed some examples here. They range from carrying out creation work to preserve Edinburgh's green spaces, to running social clubs for adults with disabilities, and collecting medical tools to distribute to countries in need. Or why not get involved with the community projects? Our Digital Ambassadors programme helps local older people, Black, Asian, minority, ethnic, and adults with disabilities acquire basic digital life skills. The university also has a partnership with 79 local organisations through its Community Grants Partnership, and there's lots of projects to get involved with those. Join our Students as Change Agents scheme. You'll be working with the local community and university staff to tackle real-life challenges and generate fresh thinking, making a social impact on the community. And with our health programme, this tackles challenges relating to health and social care. It can be easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life and overlook the need for help that's all around. So other opportunities could be to educate yourself on the social issues in the community, become an advocate for people in our community, help create safe, inclusive spaces for everyone. By attending community meetings, you'll be building feelings of belonging and ownership of the place you call home. Maybe you'll discover a path for politics or activism. Being kind to your neighbour is really important. Look around you, who could use a help? Brighten someone's day with a kindness. This is what makes a huge impact on people's lives. Or why not make the place you call home a more enjoyable place to be, which is a reward that you can enjoy with your neighbours. An idea could be to organise a clean-up in a local area that needs some love, or why not join a community garden which beautifies the local community, because you'll be growing friendships and community along the way. Lead the way and see what follows. Another option would be to become a volunteer with the Students' Association, and there are a wide range of opportunities to be a representative for different students at the university, as well as get involved with our entertainment and events, or advice and support for other students. Lastly, why not start your own project? The volunteering service is here to support, guide you on this process. We have funding available that can help get your project off the ground. Volunteering during COVID-19. So the pandemic has seen a decline in the number of opportunities to volunteer in person at the moment, but we have seen an increase in communities rallying together to support those most vulnerable, as well as an increase in the number of opportunities to volunteer virtually. So being a good neighbour is what makes communities, and it's essential during crisis. Check on neighbours to find out if they need any support. If you are going to volunteer in person during this time, make sure that you're always observing the latest safety and social distancing guidelines from the government. Lastly, I'm going to talk about the different ways that you can receive awards and recognition. By volunteering a minimum of 30 hours over a whole entire year, not just an academic year, you could receive our volunteer award, and this could be any role that is in the community. With our Edinburgh Award, the Students' Association is offering an opportunity to develop leadership skills through putting on skills development workshops. If it doesn't appeal to you, why not record your hours and skills on our volunteering hub? You'll receive a certificate to thank you at the end of the year. Lastly, contribute as a guest on our Spotlight on Volunteering blog. We absolutely love hearing from students about their experiences as volunteers. You can find more information by visiting the Volunteering Services webpage to stay up to date on the latest opportunities, news and events, and everything that I've covered today in the talk can be accessed through visiting this link. Yes, so I'll just move to our slide where we do an email address. So volunteering@usa.ed.ac.uk. And by visiting our webpage, you'll find all our contact information there as well. So we're available all year round to help you with your queries. Thanks very much for coming along today.